You played on a lot of great teams, in fact, world champions. Strictly talent. 2004, where's your rank?
It might be number one. I mean, if we were just talking about it, going through this, when you're going through it, you don't really think of the numbers. You don't really think of these things. The one number that stood out the most was 105 wins, right? And somebody just mentioned that that's the second most ever. You know what I mean? So with the number of wins, I'm like, man, if we could have won 2 more games, you know. But gosh, you won 100 games. It was the first time where in my career where we all kind of felt like, hey, who's going to win today? It was just really amazing. We had we had pitching, we had defense, and we had offense. You know what I mean? So it was just I'm really happy I got an opportunity to play on a team like this.
The pitching's insane. I think the stat is all 5 win 170 innings or more.
Yes.
Which is...
I like to say 200. I mean, I like to say 30 starts.
Oh, that's what it was?
But it wasn't. There was one, I think Carp was 2 innings short. But 170 innings is absolutely...
Nobody will ever do that.
Yeah, not in...
Yeah. What about this number? What jumps out at me, and I think I mentioned on radio, is you had a 3-year stretch. It was 44 wins.
Yes.
You were a good pitcher everywhere else. Why were you so good here?
Well, I think because the simple fact that had a great defense for 3 years. There was always a great bullpen. There was other starters. You know, when I was in other places, you know, I was probably moved up a little bit higher than I should have pitched, and here I was able to sit in the 3-4, you know, hole, or the 5, you know, being in the 5 spot. And I really loved playing here. I mean, it was the first time where, you know, with Tony and Dunk, like it was really a team. It was a team. We were all in it together, and that's what I liked about it. And that's the style I like to play. I like to play as a team.
You're amazed that you turn on a TV late and you say, wait a minute, Albert is still playing, and Albert's still hitting home runs. Isn't that crazy still?
It is crazy, but I thought it was more crazy that the Angels never came into St. Louis until this past year. I was like, 9 years and you hadn't been in. No, but think about all the guys who, like when we left, they're still playing, so it still feels like they're still in the game. But no, Albert's had a great career, and he's able to still play, so why wouldn't you play?
Give me a word on the manager over there, how relentless he is. I know some may have rubbed people the wrong way, but why was he good for you, and why has he been so great in his career?
Well, I think that he's a strong leader, and strong leaders can take criticism and they can take praise, and I think what he's been able to do is put the right people in rooms to make decisions. And I think the help with Dunk and his coaching staff, he's been able to basically be third all time. It's not just him, so it's everybody. But for me personally, he gave me an opportunity, and he let me go and do my thing, and that's what I liked about him.
Did you ever have any give and take where he would get on you and you would get back at him? And did you ever have any?
We had one moment like that, yeah, sure. What was it?
Yeah, what happened?
No, I had a short outing, and he made a comment to me, and I just came out and was like, we just had a conversation about it. So
and he allowed that.
I would hope he would allow. We're grown men,
yeah.
Right? I mean.
Anyway, we put you out there 4 days later. Anyway,
yeah. I still went out. That's right.
Yeah. Finally, I'm asking this to all the guys. You look like you're in good shape. Could you go out there and get a guy out right now?
Absolutely not.
Not.
Absolutely not.
Everybody else is saying they could.
I throw bullpens every Sunday, and it doesn't feel the same anymore. It does not feel the same anymore.
What could you get it up to?
I could probably top out at 82 miles an hour. Now, some of these guys, I can see where they could probably go out and pitch a little bit. But, I could certainly play in a game. I could probably give you a one-hitter.
Did you miss the competition high at all? Or you just had enough of it?
Okay, so it took me about 3 years to get that out of my system. Because you have to get the player out of you, you know what I mean? And so, do I miss it? Probably a little, yeah, I probably do miss it, but it's okay.